Well, greetings, mathematicians. We've finally made it. We're in Unit 4, Lesson 1. Today's title is Properties and Algebraic Notation. Now, be careful when we're spelling algebraic. It's A-L-G-E, algebra, B-R-A-I-C, algebraic. And our objective, all right, here it is. I will demonstrate an understanding of properties and algebraic notation. Now take note, I used an instead of a because understanding begins with a vowel. So when we have a word that starts with a vowel, if we're showing that there's a single or one, so a understanding or an understanding, an's going to be the better option. So one more time, I will demonstrate or show, fancy word for show, and you can show me by showing your work, an understanding of properties and algebraic notation. Now, when it comes to properties, I want you to be able to identify what is being asked. And as far as algebraic notation, today we're going to talk about how operations interact with one another and how parentheses work. All right, let's take a look at our vocabulary. It's crucial that we understand what these are. Expression. Now, this is a number sentence with one or more numbers, comma, variables. And when we talk about variables, we mean a letter. There could be a letter attached to it. This could also use a number sentence that has numbers and variables with one or more operations. And this is a very hefty definition. So one or more numbers, maybe 6 and 7, variables. An example could be, an expression could be 6 plus 7. Could include a variable. We could say 6 plus r. And let's see, numbers and variables with one or more operations. This could be 6r, 6 times r, plus 7r. 6r plus 7r. Now, we can't solve these because we don't know what r is. Next up, we've got equations. Well, we could solve 6 plus 7. That one's easy. That one's going to simplify to 13. Now, when we talk about equations, it's a little bit different. It's a statement that has two expressions that are equal. Run out of space. Let me move on down. Now, an example of this equation would be I'd have an equal sign in the middle, and I would say 6 plus 7 is equal to 7 plus 6. Now, an equation could also include those variables, but essentially this is going to be a balancing act. What's on the left will be equal to what's on the right. Now, we could solve this. We know that 6 plus 7 is 13. Another version of this would be 6 plus 7 equals 13. This is an expression, or I'm sorry, an equation. This is also an equation. Um, Equi means equal, and that means we always have to have that equal sign. Now, simplify. This is going to be fancy word for solve. So when we simplify, we're solving. We're working out parts of the expression or the equation. And when we talk about terms, I'll draw an example here. The terms would be, let's say, 6r plus 7r. 6r is a term. 7r is another term. Now, we know in addition these are addends, but now we know that they're also terms. Now, 6r is actually 6 times r. So it's an addend, but this is also part of that multiplication problem. All right. Now, if you're not caught up, you feel free to pause. Everyone else, come with me. I've got some examples on the next page. All right, some examples for us to work through. R plus 7r. Now, we don't know the value of r, but we do know that the value here is 7r. So anytime we have a number on its own, it's going to be like 1r. So when it's on its own, we're going to say 1r plus 7r is, you guessed it, 8r. So with the same example here, 17h, we don't know how much h is worth, but minus h, we really want to subtract how many h's? That's correct, 1h. So a 17h minus 1h, we've got 16h. All right, coming down. This is where it gets tricky, where we have parentheses. So looking at parentheses, we've got our target here. Essentially, we're saying do this first. So 32 divide by 4, easy peasy, we get 8. Now bring this down. We've been doing this all year. Now we're just defining it. 16 divided by 8, what do we get? That's right, we get 2. So our balanced equation is here. Now, we could pull this down. We could also put it on the other side of the equation. We could say 16 divided by 8 is the same as 16 divided by 32 divided by 4. That's the same. This balances out. What we got down here, this was our simplification. This is where we solved. Here we have a balanced equation. Here we have a simplified answer. Let's check out another option over here. We've got 15 plus 8 minus 6. We're going to do what's inside the parentheses first. Parentheses first. 8 minus 6, we have 2. 15 plus 2. And we could simplify this to how much? 17. That's our simplified answer. Now, we have looked at pattern recognition all year, but that is algebraic notation. So we've got a term. We've got 3 times 2. On this side, we have 2 times something. Now, I have 1 2 here. I have another 2 here. That means we're balanced. What are we missing? We're missing a 3. Very similar question down below. Instead of multiplication, we're going to do addition. 48 plus 7. We can answer this. We know it's going to be 50 what? 55. But over here, we're actually asking for a balanced equation, not the solution. So I've got a 48 here and a 48 here. What's going to be in the middle? A 7. All right, folks, our next steps. Very easy today. I believe today's a Friday, so we're going to land on page 137 all. If you need to, look in your notes. These examples will help you. After you do that, you can check at my station and stamp. Then we've got an iReady teacher lesson for you to work on and Prodigy or iReady math games. After these notes are complete, I will be pulling you to the round table. So I will see you at the round table. All right, folks, have a great math session.